Hey, welcome! In this video we will talk about pages in React, how we are able to create and manage them. Let's go! In the previous project, when we built the tic-tac-toe game, we used only one page. But right now the situation is different and we need to define multiple pages. So how we are able to achieve that? Well, the very first and naive approach would be to use conditional rendering. Based on some condition, we render the content. It will work, but it will not give us the desired result and will lead us to unneeded complexity. So what do? In fact, React doesn't have any built-in solution for the routing system, so we need to look up for a separate module. For this reason, the React community has built a few packages that we can use as our routing system. So one of them is React Router, and I would say this is the most popular one. It is available for both web and native, but we are interested only in web version. So I opened the official web page, and from here I will copy the installation command and I'll put it in my terminal. But before I execute it, I will extend it a little bit and I'll add React Router. Because it is available for both web and native, we need to install the core package and then the concrete package depending on either web or native. So React Router DOM is intended for web. Alright, now that it is installing, let's configure React Router. So let's get to index.js and here we will import something from React Router DOM, and this something is going to be browser router, and this is a component that we will use to wrap our application around. So we're gonna put browser router over here, and inside our app component will go. Alright, something like that. Now our router is configured and we are ready to use it. Let's get back to app.js and let's run our application. Right after that, in app.js, we will import again something from React Router DOM. And this something again is going to be switch and route. Inside our component, let's remove this div and let's put the switch component, and inside the switch component we need to define our routes or pages. So what I mean is let's put route as a component over here, and for this route we need to define a path that will be used to render this component. So let's say for the path equals slash, we want to render this is home page. So whatever goes inside this route component will be rendered at this path. So let's save it and let's get back to our app. And as you can see, this is home page being rendered. But right now, if I navigate to some other route over here, it will still be rendered. And the way React Router works, it just uses this path to match the URL. So whatever we define here, if this path matches the path that we have on URL, the content will be rendered. But this is not exactly what we want. We want to render this route only when our URL matches this path over here, like the exactly matches. So for this reason, we need to specify one more prop, and this prop is exact, and it must be set to true. In React, when we have Boolean props, we can omit using equals true and then just use the name, and React will understand that this is set to true. Let's save it, and now if we go back to this route, nothing will be rendered. But when we navigate back to home, you can see that the content is rendered. So that's it. Now let's try and create another page, another route. So let me copy this and let's put it over here like this, and for path we will specify that it is going to be rendered under start, and let's remove exact to see the behavior, and also this is start, like that. Alright, now let's navigate to /start, and as you can see the content is rendered, but we don't have the exact prop, so if we go to something else afterwards, you can see the content is still rendered. So let's add exact prop right now, and the content will disappear at this route. So now under start we will have our exact content. Alright, perfect. Now, what about pages that are not found? What about this undefined routes, let's say? So to render this not found page, we can simply put route without any props at the end of the switch statement, and whatever goes inside will be set as not found page. Let's say this is 404 page. If we save it, and now whenever we navigate to undefined route that we didn't specify inside switch, this will be rendered. So now if I go to start, let's say 1 2 3 4 5, it will be this is 404 page. But if I navigate to one of the defined routes, you will see the corresponding content. And that's it. That's basically how React Router works. As you can see, it is very similar to the switch statement in JavaScript. So we switch between routes where every case is the path that we specify. And if we don't have the exact match, we have the default operation, which is this 404 page. I hope it does make sense. There are certainly more things toward React Router DOM, but don't worry, we will cover them in upcoming videos. So the question is the next. Now that we defined routes, how we are able to navigate between them? So we need some sort of a navbar to switch between pages. But this is our topic for the next video. Right now, let's end this video by committing our changes. So we will put git add everything and then git commit, and we will say something like, let's say edit React Router. And that's it. Alright, see you in the next one.